When we think about the foods that fill our plates and satisfy our cravings, few items conjure as much passion and debate as bacon. Crispy, smoky, and undeniably delicious, bacon has found its way into breakfast spreads, sandwiches, and even decadent desserts. For some, it's a staple comfort food. For others, a guilty pleasure. But beyond its irresistible taste and cultural status, there's a growing conversation about bacon's impact on health, and more specifically, on the aging process of our bodies and brains. It's tempting to believe in miracle foods, those single ingredients that promise to turn back the clock, revitalize our cells, and keep us feeling younger, longer. Bacon often gets swept up in this narrative, sometimes touted for its nutrients like choline, which supports brain health and cognitive function. But recent research challenges the notion that bacon is a miracle food for slowing down aging. In fact, studies are painting a much more nuanced and cautionary picture. Over the past decade, scientists have dug deeper into the relationship between diet and brain health, particularly as we age. What we eat, it turns out, can have profound effects not only on our waistlines, but also on our cognitive abilities, how we think, remember, and process information. One of the most striking findings to emerge from recent studies is the link between processed red meats, like bacon, and cognitive decline. A large-scale study published in recent years has set off alarm bells. Researchers found that even modest daily intake of processed red meats, just a slice or two of bacon per day, could increase the risk of developing dementia by up to 44%. This is not just a minor uptick. It's a significant leap that challenges previous assumptions about the safety of processed meats in moderation. The culprit, scientists believe, lies in the very elements that make bacon so flavorful and shelf-stable: preservatives, additives, and high levels of salt and nitrates. These compounds may trigger inflammation and oxidative stress in the body, two processes known to accelerate the aging of our cells, and, by extension, our brains. Inflammation acts like a slow-burning fire within our tissues. Over time, chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels, disrupt neural connections, and erode the resilience of our brain cells. Oxidative stress, on the other hand, is a byproduct of normal metabolism, but when left unchecked by antioxidants, it can cause cellular damage and contribute to diseases of aging, including Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Processed meats, loaded with chemical preservatives, can tip the balance towards more inflammation and oxidative stress, making the brain more vulnerable to decline. Yet, bacon is not without its nutritional merits. It contains choline, a nutrient vital for memory and cognitive function, as well as certain B vitamins, zinc, and iron. Choline, in particular, plays a crucial role in the creation of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that help our brains communicate efficiently. Some advocates argue that these nutrients could offset some of bacon's risks. However, the recent evidence suggests that the negatives may outweigh the positives when it comes to regular, long-term consumption. This doesn't mean that you need to banish bacon from your life entirely. Moderation remains a guiding principle in nutrition. Enjoying bacon on special occasions, or as a small indulgence within an otherwise balanced diet, is unlikely to cause harm for most healthy adults. But the key is to avoid making bacon a daily habit. Instead, consider how you can diversify your sources of protein and nutrients to better support your brain and slow down the aging process. Substituting processed red meats with healthier alternatives has shown remarkable benefits for brain health. Diets rich in nuts, legumes, and fish have consistently been associated with lower risks of dementia and other age-related cognitive disorders. For instance, incorporating more nuts into your diet can reduce dementia risk by up to 19%, while increasing fish consumption slashes that risk by an impressive 28%. These foods are packed with healthy fats, antioxidants, and plant-based compounds that combat inflammation and oxidative stress, nourishing your brain and protecting it from the ravages of time. Fish, especially fatty varieties like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for maintaining the structural integrity of brain cells. Omega-3s have been shown to improve memory, enhance mood, and even slow the progression of cognitive decline in older adults. Nuts and legumes, meanwhile, provide a powerful combination of protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, each playing a role in supporting vascular health, reducing inflammation, and delivering sustained energy. Shifting the focus from bacon as a miracle food to a more balanced, nutrient-rich diet is one of the most effective strategies for slowing down aging, not just in the brain, but throughout the body. The Mediterranean diet, for example, emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, and has been linked to longer life expectancy, reduced risk of chronic diseases, and better cognitive function. In this way, no single food holds the secret to youth. Rather, it's the overall pattern of eating that matters most. But what if you simply can't imagine giving up bacon? There are ways to enjoy it more healthfully. Opting for leaner cuts such as center-cut bacon can reduce the amount of saturated fat and calories. Choosing bacon with fewer added nitrates and preservatives, or those labeled as uncured, may also lower some of the associated risks, though it's important to note that even these options are still considered processed meats. Pairing bacon with antioxidant-rich foods, like leafy greens or tomatoes, can help counteract some of the oxidative stress. Most importantly, keep portion sizes modest, treating bacon as an occasional treat rather than a dietary staple. Another approach is to explore plant-based alternatives that mimic the taste and texture of bacon without the health drawbacks. Products made from tempeh, mushrooms, or coconut can deliver a smoky, savory flavor profile while offering more fiber and less saturated fat. These innovations make it easier than ever to satisfy cravings without compromising long-term health. Understanding the science behind food choices empowers us to make decisions that align with our goals for aging well. While the notion of miracle foods is enticing, the reality is far more complex. Bacon, for all its appeal, is not a shortcut to longevity or cognitive vitality. In fact, relying on it heavily may speed up some of the very processes we hope to slow down. The takeaway is clear. To slow down aging, especially of the brain, it's wise to limit processed meats like bacon and embrace a more diverse, nutrient-rich diet. Focus on foods that are proven to support cognitive health: nuts, legumes, fish, fruits, and vegetables. And reserve bacon for those special moments when enjoyment and celebration are the priorities. By doing so, you're not only nurturing your brain and body for the long haul, but also fostering a healthier relationship with the foods you love. Aging is a journey that involves countless choices, big and small. Each meal is an opportunity to support your body's resilience, protect your brain, and enhance your quality of life. The latest research reminds us that while there are no miracle foods, there are certainly miracle habits. Consistently filling your plate with a variety of wholesome ingredients, staying active, managing stress, and savoring life's pleasures in moderation. So, the next time you're tempted by the sizzle and aroma of bacon, remember that its place in a healthy, age-slowing diet is best kept occasional and balanced with plenty of other brain-loving foods. Celebrate the joy of eating, but let the real miracle be the choices you make every day to nourish your body, mind, and spirit for the years ahead.